What's up? Good morning, everybody. How we doing today? I hope that you've had an amazing week so far. I know that it's a halfway point right now, so let's make sure we do some art this morning to carry us into the rest of the week. Yes, yes, I am DT and the Tango Mike, and we got some of you already in the chat. I'm glad to see you all stopping by. And what's up, artist? That's the name, artist. That's very good. I like that. I know Art the artist, and which is kind of cool because his name is Art, Arthur, Art. In any case, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Let's see. Let me see. Let me double check that we have what we need. I think we do, and we got helpful doodles in the house. Yes, yes. Thank you for joining us. I like it when people stop by and they say something because that means that I know you're there. Well, it means that I know somebody's there. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. All right, so we're going to jump right in. As I share my screen on my iPad, I will let you know that I'm not streaming next week. We're going to be deep into summer camp next week. We will be hosting a set of young ladies who will be building robots and coding said robots, along with lots of art, illustration, and um, that is an all day camp. It starts at you know, it starts at 8 a.m. So we are going to be pretty busy. So sorry, no streams next week. So let's get what we can out of this stream today, and we do have the week after camp. We're gonna review everything we got going on with super collaboration, and um, uh, we'll have already determined which pieces of mines are gonna be in the deck because I want to make sure that if anybody wants to jump on, there's still room for you. I like to draw. I got like certain characters, and that's what I'm working on right now. And helpful dudes, if they can get their own, you can come stream. That's right. They can handle it. They'll be all right. It'd be nice if I could stream from camp with some of these young steam campers. Interesting. I'm thinking about that idea. I'm not sure how that would work. But let's go. Let's see. Let me see if I can fix my camera a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's go. So my glove. And there it is. So let's see. We have El Chapulín Colorado. That's the piece that I left off it yesterday. And Mr. T. I'm gonna roll with Mr. T. And turn down the opacity and put away the layers so that way when I'm drawing, I don't accidentally touch the layers and do something weird with them. And then I'll get my vector brush in. I will say this two things that I want to talk about today. One is lightweight line weights, and you'll notice in some of the other drawings we have some line weights on here. As a matter of fact, I kind of finished this one, and I need to finish the other part. And the way that I want to talk about line weights, and you'll notice the line weights here that we have thick and thin lines, and then some lines that kind of just disappear. That's something that's important in art. And the second thing is, what are vector brushes? What are vector brushes inside of Fresco? And technically, it's not vector, but technically it is. And look, somebody left a comment in the video yesterday at the on the replay with a comment that says that vector brushes and Fresco is not really vector because when you zoom in, you get pixelation, and that is not true. But technically, they are correct when they say it's not vector because vector means that it has anchor points. and you can adjust the edges of whatever shape you make. And technically, this would be a shape. The way um, the way vector is used here should be a shape. The way vector and is using a vector brush, then we should be able to make adjustments to the shape right here, kind of like the way we do with Illustrator. And so that is correct that this is a vector brush that you can edit in Illustrator, just like you can edit anything else, any other vector shapes in Illustrator. You don't necessarily edit the vectors here in uh, Fresco. However, you can shape them if you want to. You can use other methods like erasing or redrawing on to fix your shape and make adjustments to your vector brush or your vector drawing. So the big advantage with vector brushes in Adobe and Fresco is that it has uh it has technically vector brushes or brushes that behave like vectors because of how sharp they look. And you can draw with these brushes and get that clean organic look, or sometimes that clean sharp look, depending on the art style that you're going for. If you want the super clean sharp look, then start with Illustrator, as you're going to have the pen tool to make all the shapes that you want. But in Fresco, it's really about dynamic, organic looking lines that still behave in a sharp and clean manner like vector brushes do in Illustrator. So it's like a pretend thing that turns into a real thing when you export. It says open a copy, and you can export to Adobe Illustrator or on iPad or Adobe Illustrator on the desktop. And what I like to do is shoot it out to Illustrator on the iPad because I'm already in the iPad. Convert layers to objects, okay. And once it's done with its magic, boom, here we go. And let me just select one of these paths. All your brush strokes turn to paths or to shapes. Let me see. And this is this path right there, but it's technically a shape. And then here are your anchor points. There's your anchor point. And now you can make the adjustments that we wish we could do in Fresco. We really do wish we could do that. You can make the adjustments to your anchor points and handles as if this was a actual vector. But you can only do that in Illustrator right now. So you can do clean illustrations with vector art in Illustrator. I'm on. And you can do vector art in Fresco that you can then further edit in Adobe Illustrator. I want to point that out because it's very awesome. It's very awesome what you can do here with Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Fresco with vector brushes. And that's what I'm going to be drawing today. I'm going to be drawing with vector brushes. And I'm going to be paying attention to my line weights. This is 6.5. And as you can see, when and so that's the talk about vector brushes and vector in Adobe Fresco. Okay, all right. Any other questions, comments, suggestions? Please leave it in the chat or leave a comment later so I can return to it. And so right now, what you're seeing is me using this brush, the vector brush, and paying attention to my line weights. Look at that. So that I have a thick line weight on the outside of the hair, a thickish line for the edge of the head, and a thin line for the inside of the hair in front of the forehead. And it's all about the pressure that I apply. I can make thin lines or thick lines. And it's usually best results when you have somewhere to put your iPad or drawing device. Let me show you. Because right now my iPad is right here. All right, that's it. That's the iPad. And I have a tabletop easel. There it is, the tabletop easel. And the iPad sits right here on this edge, and I can get the angle that's gonna help me draw best. When you draw for so many years on a flat surface, you grow the neck lump, and that's just part of being an artist, like the lump on your finger. The more you draw, there's a lump on your finger. But when you wanna master some of the little techniques when it comes to drawing, you want to be able to lean on something to support your hand and then use the light touches, the light control of your fingers to get those touches and those pressure. I mastered it through years of tattooing, and it worked well for me. And now I use it in my digital art. You know what I'm gonna do here? Like that. Boom. And so you have the option of drawing thick lines, and I can draw a super thick line right here. Mm. Whenever you need a thick line, and you can draw thin lines whenever you need a thin line. And the last tip I'm gonna give, so that's about the line weights. This is how you control your line weights, and it's important that you master them because you have to. Sometimes it gives you a nice clean outline to the edge of the head. See that? Boom. And I'm wondering if I really should do this here, like this. I'm thinking, there you go, like that. Look at this. And by using vector brushes, I'm able to do that. Mm, that's good. That's good. I like that. The third tip I'm gonna give today, I just thought of it as I was sitting here drawing that, is follow the natural turn of your wrist. Do not try to make a line and go like this. I mean, if you got the skills for it, you could do it. Why don't you instead turn the page and follow the natural turn of your wrist when you're drawing? Boom. So that's no good. So let's go this way. You get more control, you get a cleaner line, and I'm going to make these thinner. There you go. Boom. And you see, and now, and this is following of the natural movement of your wrist. And now when I do tattoos, it's kind of hard to flip the person because you're doing the tattoo on a person, and so you try to get a line that goes in the opposite direction of your wrist, and so you can't just turn the person. I mean, like, maybe you could if they were laying down and and we had a some kind of table that will flip people around and turn them in different directions. And so the best next technique is to turn your body. So that's what you do when you're working on someone. You're doing a whole lot of yoga poses to get the natural movement of your wrist to draw the line. And so that's what you do. And this is why you will find that many drawing programs allow you to turn your drawing. Before this, because it wasn't like this for a long time ago. with the Wacom, and I have one back there. Um, the Wacom, it does shift. It shifts. Nowadays they don't. They have the a flat support. But back in the day, and mine does has this a plate in the back, and it's a circle, and the support sits on that circle that supports the tablet, the display, and you can then tilt it to get that line you're looking for. So yeah, it's there it is. Tip number 3: follow the natural movement of your hand. Boom. So 3 tips today: line weights, um, natural movement of your hand, and understand how vectors behave in Adobe Fresco. There you go. I like that. Yeah, so that's the eyebrow. And then I can go like this and get rid of this. This line right there, right there. Mm-hmm. Nice. You guys got some questions? Let me know. If you like to add something, let me know. Mhm. Bam. And then I did have some pictures of Mr. T. Let me see. Mr. T. Clubber Lang. Mm-hmm. I need to see his face a little tighter. And see if I can find out. There it is. There it is. A pity the fool. That's right. So he does have some hair. And his head is a little bit rounder here. Uh-huh. Boom. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that curve. And because these are the outside lines, they can be thicker. And when I start drawing inside lines, they're gonna be a little thinner. Ear is kind of big. There you go. That came out crooked. There it is. What's up? Jane in the house. Oh, I forgot to check and see if you were finished with your stream. Jane, I'm sorry. I saw you going live at 4 o'clock in the morning my time. It's 10 a.m. I hope you weren't still live at that time. Oh, I just crashed my. Oh, of course, because you're a superstar, and your computer couldn't handle it. That's normal. Let's do a thin line here, and then let's go like that. There it is, and boom, and you will get used to your line weights. As the more you draw, the more you'll have control over your line weights. There we go. It's about pressure sensitivity. It's about control and being calm. When I finished ages ago. Okay, cool, Jane. I only did an hour this morning. Okay, because you are tough. You go in and you stay on, and I'm like, how? I get tired already. But if you have a project that you want to finish, I can see that. Um, let's see. Yes. So when I was doing tattoos, anytime I do tattoos, it's you gotta breathe. Like that's the thing you do. Breathe. You sit there and breathe. Oof, those lips did not come out. Okay. I need this line. And and it in so because you need that hand control. You control the brush stroke. When it comes to Illustrator, it's about knowing where your next line is gonna go, how far your line is gonna go. You know what? Let's go like this first. How far do you need to take that line? But when it comes to drawing by hand, it does require a bit of. There you go. Let me see if that gets rid of that line. Nope. Boom. Mm-hmm. Yes. There it is. I got the. Let's make the line thinner. Mm-hmm. Let's go more like this. I do like that. Uh-huh. That's good. That's good. There it is. That's the line we want. And look, I can just keep cleaning this up. Clean up in aisle 14. Yes. And then the mustache. Mm-hmm. Kind of want this one a little bit further. Yeah. Let's go like that. Let me see. I'm trying to get it right. Let's just do one thing at a time. Hmm. And then it has a his beard is funny. Mm-hmm. Clubberland. That's what we have here, aka Mr. T. And if you were around in the 80s, you know who Mr. T is. There you go. Bam. Mm-hmm. I think this eye might need to get a little shorter, like that. And with vector brushes, you can sit here and trim it out and get what you want out of it. Look at that. And see, so now we have, look at that. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And that's going to be boom. Hmm. And let's get the shoulder in here. Yeah, maybe I should do He-Man. B.A. Baracus. That's right, Jane. That's right. Yes. Mm-hmm. I was reading up on Mr. T and was it Reddit? They were talking about Creed and if he was to come back as as uh Clubber Lang in the Creed universe. And people are like, yeah, and he should drive a van with a red stripe, black van with a red stripe. I'm over here struggling to draw a cake or a biscuit all. But yes, I used to love the 18. Yes, yes, yes. There you go. And these are outside lines, so they're gonna stay kind of thick. And what I could do here is like draw some. There you go. Some details. And when we draw the details, then we can see a bit of the thinner lines. And since this is the edge of the chest, we're gonna do a thick line. And I could have done a better line if I had followed my own advice. But the glass, come on, glass. Blame it on the glass. There we go. See that line came out much better compared to the one that I just did a second ago. Now I can get rid of all these extra points here. And let's get rid of that. Boom, boom. I used to draw muscle men all the time when I was a kid. I used to sit there and draw uh, Mr. Universe, and Muscle Guys, because that's what we did in the '80s. Stallone, um, Schwarzenegger. I was actually watching Bruce Willis last few days. Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan was never huge, but he was cut. He was in super shape. Let me see if I can do this right. How do I do that? Let's just go here, and there, and there. There we go. Maybe so. Maybe that works. Let's go like this. Let's just go like that. And like this. And when you're drawing traditionally, and you can't, you have microns or other kinds of pens that are um, one thickness, then you draw with those, and yeah, you only get one thickness with out of them because they're number five, number three, number one thickness, right? So then what you do instead is you switch the pens that you're using, and so sometimes it's okay to switch the line width here, the size of your brush, so that you can get that brush stroke you want. So there's different techniques to get that line weights, and if you're on Illustrator, if you don't have a drawing tablet, then what you do is you change the line weights of um the brush stroke of the line weights of the stroke. Yes, the stroke. I want to get it together. I'm trying to draw and tell you about it at the same time. Here we go. See that? Boom. Now I gotta do the gloves, and I'm gonna turn that down a lot more. Got it. Mm-hmm. You got some big hands here. Hmm. There you go. And sometimes I start the brush stroke where here, away from the line that I want to connect. Let me see. Nope, that one did not work, but it works right there. Got it. Cool, cool, cool. And then let's bam. Then we got the gloves. I used to draw a lot of Rocky drawings in the 80s. Yeah, I did. Now, not so many muscle people, but I got really good with anatomy. When you draw muscle people, you get really good with anatomy. And there it is. Boom. You see that? Thinner lines, less pressure, thinner lines. Good. So here, what I want to do here is draw a line across and see if I can get rid of that line. There it is. Boom. Oh, and let's save that. Oh, and I gotta figure out what to do about the belt. Yeah, that's gonna be. Mm-hmm. There we go. Mm-hmm. Let me see. There it is, like that. Okay, and then I can clean this up. Look, see? Pew, pew, pew. There it is. Oh, yeah. Nice. Good. And there it is. And then let's do the me see. Oh, bam. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Got the big, lumpy muscles. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's fix that one a little bit. Make it lumpy. There it is. Mm-hmm. And I am gonna add a bit of details just so that when it's time to draw it, people have a little bit of little guidance as to like some shading or some details when it's time to color it in, you know. Yeah. And the eyebrows are too high. Should be a little lower, but it's okay. Mm-mm. Let's just do two lines and clean this up. There we go. That's the neck. Pity the fool. There you go. Close the nose. And now let's do the other glove. The second glove, I'm going to draw it on a different layer so that I have a little bit more control. And let's see. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to make it up because I can't see that. They don't show you that side. There's no way to see that. Oh man, but there are some classic Cleverland photos online. Okay, I see. I'm gonna use another picture here as a reference. Oh, come on. Oh, Getty Images got tons. Oh my gosh, and high res too. Yeah. Let me see. How about let's go with that one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, got that. And so you just go like this. That's right. Okay. Cool. Mm-hmm. And let's do the elbow really big. I like big elbows. There you go. As a matter of fact, let's go like that. So we got a lot of detail in the forearm. There it is. And just like that. Okay, cool. There's the arm. And he's strong. Like he was cut. Like he was like at the top, at the peak physical fitness. I'm gonna lose that armpit. I spent a lot of time on that armpit. Let me see if I can. Okay, this picture has. And then and this is why we drew this on a different layer. Look at this, and it can go like that, or maybe, mm-hmm, like this. There it is. And then we draw the arm, and we got it. Boom, and get the eraser. Uh-huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Get the eraser here. Oops. Wait a minute. Okay, not yet. So this other layer. Erase that line. Erase that line. Get rid of it. So mostly because we're dealing with the outside body and big shapes, or be in the house. Yes, it is the Vector Maestro. Working in with an Adobe Fresco with vector brushes. And so mostly it's been the outside line so that everything's kind of thick and the same line width. Now what we're gonna do is go in and detail some stuff, and I will bring it down to like a 3.5. So then I don't have to worry about the pressure so much. And so let's go like this. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Get a little bit of mm-hmm. Little shininess. Boom. A bit of little what do you call that? Uh, not greasy, but what is it? Sunscreen, sunscreen or something like that. Like he looks like he's wearing some. There you go. I like this line better and this line. And let's get rid of this one, this one. There you go. And then let's go here. Boom. Uh huh. Got that. Mm-hmm. Got some thinner lines. There you go. It should have some what do you call it? A in the house. Um Shoelaces, but it's okay. Some laces. I don't know. They call laces. And but this is good. And then let's go here. Maybe no, just a cup. Nah, let's go here. Let's just do one. Let's do a couple lines right there. Mm-hmm. And the ribs, laces. Correct. RB. RB. I think it used to box, right? RB. RB's done a lot. His his ribs. They're too far. It needs to be more like this. Like a tiger. It is the eye of the tiger. The eye of the tiger. Dun 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 dun. Mm-hmm. There we go. Some details. So what are we at? Let me see. Yes. Okay, we're good here. Let's get that. Get rid of those tiny lines there. Good. And see, so now what do we have here? We can get rid of the old drawing. And we have Mr. T, aka Clever Lang. And then here it needs to have, I think it was leather, but there you go. The belt. Got it. And then here I'm gonna fill that in with black. There. And then and just get a little bit of get rid of this right here. There you go. Look at that. Yes. I usually let's see, what's that? Not boxing, but karate. Oh, it can't be visible from your position. Usually on top. Oh, the laces are usually on top, then the outside. I thought they were on the inside. Oh, I guess they're on the outside. Okay, okay. But wore them many times. Okay, RB. Okay, I know you dangerous. RB's dangerous. Okay, so but he's a good guy, so he's on our side. All right, there it is. Mm-hmm. I got Clever Lang, aka Mr. T, in the house, and I have a feeling that the head might need some help. But let me see if I like that. It feels those. Oh yes, that's right. I do have a. Oh no no. One thing you do is that when you're once you use the fill bucket, it kind of messes up your ability to clean up the lines like I just tried to do. Oh no, come on. So you have to maneuver around. Let me see if that works. If not, I'll just get rid of it. Let me see. Huh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. There. I want to kind of curve that a little bit more, but that's it. That's really down. What we need to have here is done, and then I can make some lines here, and maybe a line there. I kind of don't like this line. Ugh. Let's see. Oops. There you go. See if I can clean that up right there. There you go. Maybe. No, the whole thing is gone. Okay, cool. All right, that's it. That's really it. We got Mr. T. I just have to figure out the belt or knock boxing down or knockout down. That's right, knockout. Knockout down, knock you out, knock him out. There it is. So the belt's gonna have a design, and I'm going to have some designs here. Uh huh. There you go. Boom. Duplicate that. It's easier to just duplicate it and then bam. That's it. Get two, get one more. Duplicate that and bring it over here. Something that Aaron said the other day. I want to make it interesting for when people are coloring in the drawings. Make it interesting, like they can see things. Like they can see something there. Like, hey, all right, let's merge that down, and I can merge that down. Also, let me see if this works. If it doesn't work, I'll undo. Yeah, there it goes. There you go. There you go. Uh-huh. Yes. Boom. So that's gonna have a design there. And save it. How far are we in today's stream? Cause I may not stay long. Oh, we already made it. 40 some minutes. Yes, I tried to do that to make it interesting. Correct, Jane. That's right. That's right. Make the drawing interesting. Yes. Hmm. I wonder if kind of backgrounds I can add to Mr. T. That'd be awesome. All right. So now, the last piece is this one. Yep, El Chapulín Colorado. And I'm not gonna um work on it right now, but I do want to start it so that trying to think if I should flip it because it's cool to have them up looking into opposite directions. But what if it was flipped like that? Yeah, because then the body could fall to one to each other like that, like that. That's his tail. 'Cause he's a grasshopper. And then here we could have the shoulder move into the belt. So some kind of way where they blend one into the other. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. And so it looks like more like one piece than a cutoff line. And so I'm gonna talk to Odari about working on the card that we worked on did together, and so that the kind of lines kind of start to mash up a little bit, especially since we're character driven artists, and whereas James and Aaron, they like to fill in the whole piece, so that's a lot more complicated to get them to blend. But it's okay because it has a lot of content to look at. With ours, the characters on the main focus, and so you kind of want to do something with that. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking about it. There you go. Got the heart. There we go. There it is. Yeah. Look at that. Just clean it up. Oh, not that one. This one. Mm-hmm. Keep it funky. Let me see. What's that line? That's that line. So there would be a way. Oh yeah. I could have fixed that line myself. So yeah, there's gotta be a way or something that I can do here. Not I haven't thought it all the way through, but I kind of like the way that they both look in the same direction. hmm and I don't mind switching. There you go. Do the lip. Maybe the mouth are further over that way. Let's try it. Oh no, the shoulder. Ah, okay, let's do that. hmm And then, oops, clean this up. The chin is two. There you go. Let's see what happens. And I may clean this up a lot more and do another layer because layers are free. So use as many layers as you need to get the design you want. Okay, so for now, this is it. I'm having to think about this. Make some of the belts his character and blend them. Yes, that's correct. Or pouches. Oh snap! The or make it the same belt. That is not a bad idea. I like this. Okay, okay, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's something that I'm going to brainstorm this following week. Again, I will not be streaming next week because we will be at summer camp and working with kids in robotics and coding. So my time will be very busy next week. We'll be back the week after that, and by then we'll have an update on the progress of the overall project, along with a meeting between Aaron and I to break it all down and make sure that we are on the same page when it comes to which character goes in which card. And I had made up in my mind that there was a queen that needed doing, and so I fixed that on the project page on Behance, but it's still a lot of work that needs to be complete. Yes, Jane, no streaming next week, so you can stream for 20 hours if you like. Play some music, take a break, play some music, and then come back to the stream. I don't know. Have fun with it. And Jane, I think we'll know for sure by next week if you want. If you we need more cards. But if you have a suggestion in where what card you would like, check out the project on Behance and let us know. Just let us know so that when we have a discussion, we can organize things. And why not? We have plenty of time to finish this, and I want all of y'all involved. Okay, you'll have a look. Cool, cool. Let me know. Jane, thank you, everyone. I am DTM, Delta Tango Mike. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, RB in the house. I appreciate you, Apurva. Yes, yes, yes. Helpful Doodles. Yes, thank you for being here. I'm glad that you stopped by. Artist on YouTube. And all of y'all who left a comment in the chat, I appreciate you. Again, see you in a couple weeks, but stay tuned for things in the Discord. We have a lot of content in the Discord. I share a lot of resources in the Discord, so make sure you stop by, check some of the channels, see what are the latest updates, and if you have some work in progress art that you like to share, drop it in the Discord. All right, I am DTM Delta Tango Mike, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace out.